What the woman saw completely shocked her. Turns out the broke boyfriend she always looked down on was actually the CEO of a billion-dollar company she could never reach. This is insane, like absolutely ridiculous. So a few days ago, the guy wanted to test if his girlfriend was just another gold digger, so he hid his CEO identity and pretended to be a regular job seeker at her company. Since the company was just starting up and short on staff, his clueless girlfriend made him start from the bottom. To make it more believable, the guy rode a motorcycle to work every day while his luxury car just sat in the garage. But before long, her company ran into trouble. Losses kept piling up until she had to sell her house and car to cover the holes, almost going bankrupt. Facing creditors constantly knocking on the door, the guy couldn't bear to watch, so he secretly paid off $1 million of her debt. Then he quietly used his resources and connections to bring in tons of contracts for her company. Just like that, the company miraculously came back to life and eventually became a well-known local business. But what about her? She took all the credit for the company's success, thinking it was her talent and charm, completely clueless about what he did behind the scenes. Once her career took off, she started looking down on her boyfriend for being just a low-level employee, thinking he wasn't good enough for her, because someone of her status needed an elite husband. As the gap between them grew, she constantly picked fights and bullied him. Even though he was busting his butt for the company all day, she still saw him as lazy and useless. The worst part? Later, when she returned to her hometown in glory, she refused to bring him along, saying they weren't married yet and people might get the wrong idea. After she bought her own private helicopter, her attitude toward him straight up changed. She called him a professional stalker. "Are you stalking me? That was my wedding. You really are a professional stalker." She thought he was a loser who didn't deserve her. Her ego got so inflated that one day she straight up broke up with him at dinner, told him to stop bothering her. "Stop clinging to me. I can't help but cling to you." "Hey, wait for me!" At first, the guy thought she was just stressed and didn't take it seriously. To try to win her back, he rode his motorcycle to her company building. He arranged 9,999 roses into a giant heart, hoping it would remind her of their past feelings. But instead of being touched, she thought he was being childish and humiliated him, saying he was almost 40, still a failure, living off women. What a pathetic freeloader. Even though his 10 years of love went to waste, he didn't want to give up on their years together, so he pulled out a diamond ring to propose. But she didn't even look at it and rejected him flat out. "A loser like you who needs women's help to get work, how could you afford such an expensive ring? Must be some cheap fake from a sketchy online store. Adult relationships need money to survive. If you're so great, pick me up from work in a luxury car every day." But before he could reveal his identity, she turned around and ran off. When she got home, she told her mother. Her mother immediately decided he was a gold-digging con man. To keep him away from her daughter, she tracked him down and confronted him. First thing she said was pure insults. "You can't be with my daughter, you won't get any money, break up now." Ms. Lee thinks I'm after her money. Basically, her mother's words all boiled down to him being poor. "You're just a toad who doesn't know his place. How dare you even think about eating swan meat? Don't see my daughter again or I'll beat you up every time I see you." Then she turned around and left. That's when the guy finally woke up. The woman he'd been with for so long was no different from all those gold diggers he used to avoid. Their heads were full of money. No love at all. The day before the breakup, he went to her company building. If that's how it is, then nobody's gonna have a good time. He used gasoline to write a giant word money on the ground, basically calling her out as a materialistic gold digger, then lit it on fire. On one hand, mourning his 10 years of love, on the other, making sure everyone at the company saw her get humiliated. This completely pissed her off. She ran to his place and chewed him out, and from that day their relationship was completely done. After losing all hope, the guy decided to stop staying silent. If he could lift her to the top, he could also make her crash hard. He decided to teach this arrogant girl a lesson. He went back to his company, called a board meeting, and officially announced cutting all business ties with her company. As expected, the sudden withdrawal made her company's funding collapse instantly. Projects shut down one after another, and massive penalties came crashing down. Construction site barriers, commercial street rooftops. Do we have to take down all the ads? I mean, don't all outdoor advertising companies like ours have this kind of trouble? This isn't just trouble, this means we're unilaterally pulling dozens of billboard ads. You know what that means? We have to refund the clients, at least several hundred thousand. Several hundred thousand in refunds pushed the company into crisis. It couldn't operate normally, and she was freaking out. Where was she gonna get that kind of money? Go to the business department, get the client list, talk to Manager Tang, divide up the work, call each client one by one. Be polite, listen to what they have to say first, don't be too aggressive, okay? So many clients are calling demanding we cancel their ads and refund the advertising fees. Is it happening this fast? Finance calculated that if we have to refund everyone, it'll be 5.6 million. To temporarily calm the clients down, she desperately looked for connections to act as mediators, because if she went bankrupt, what awaited her wasn't just massive debt, but also jail time. Meanwhile, cancellation calls kept flooding in. She had no choice but to drop everything and deal with this company disaster. She had her team call each client to calm them down, promising everything would be resolved in a few days. No Yen, besides the Dahua payment, how many clients are really pressing us for money? About 3 million. 3 million? So we don't even have time to get a bank loan. Plus there's another payment due in May. Hearing about such massive debt, her mood hit rock bottom. She had one last option. Keep her biggest client, Dahua Group. If she lost Dahua's contract, she'd have no way to bounce back. With that thought, she had to swallow her pride and personally visit Dahua Group's chairman as a last-ditch effort. But the moment she walked into Dahua Group, something felt off. So many employees looked familiar, like she'd seen every single one of them before. Then she discovered a huge truth. Even the front desk and manager from the model airplane club she and her ex used to visit were working here. "Hello, Ms. Lee. I'm the manager from the flying club. I showed you planes last time." He asked if she remembered, and she said yes. She remembered now. "What are you guys doing here? Explain this to me." Her question wasn't answered. They just led her to find the chairman. No choice. Being at someone's mercy felt terrible. She could only follow them with all her confusion to the chairman's office door. The moment it opened, she froze completely, like her blood turned to ice. Because sitting in the CEO's chair was the broke ex-boyfriend she'd ruthlessly dumped. Welcome to Dawa Group.